Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Cut Nice 50. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Today, we are talking about Guy Cisternino. Hey, y'all don't know anything about this guy. He's a 212 athlete, seven-time IFBB pro champ. He already retired. He used to be on Hostile podcast with Fuad. So he's entrepreneur, owner, you name it, this guy's all over the place. He's also helps motivates people. But I just want to talk about something. I think he's still with Blackstone Labs. He's still with Gas Better Bodies. Y'all don't know anything about Guy. He's an Italian guy. He's a very interesting character. I put it like that. But he is an old school mentality, man. So I like Guy Sister Nina. I met him years back. Like I said, I met Fuad. I met all these guys. I've been dealing behind the scenes. I was always a fan of bodybuilding. Stepdad coming up was a bodybuilder, but I was an athlete, so football it was my forte. Ex-professional athlete. So y'all know anything about health, fitness? That was my lifestyle. That was what I did. That's what I love to do, and that's what I continue to do. You know, also a business owner myself. I know a lot of these owners, especially in the supplement industry, stuff like that. I don't work with many of them. You name it, from Six Star, Muscle Tech, they mother companies. And I know a lot of these guys who are recruiters for the athletes for most of these brands and stuff like that. So I just want to talk about this today because I think I did a story about it way back about if you're trying to be a sponsor athlete, be an influencer, and getting recognized on social media and stuff like that. Some of the tips and tricks to the trade that you need to do and follow if you're trying to do anything about it. So I'm gonna insert this clip with a guy. We're gonna do a deep dive breakdown into it. I don't want to be copyrighted, but it's one of his lives. Like I said, I follow this guy, so I do have a copy of his live. Always links will be in the description below. Just check him out. Make sure you give him a follow. Let me know what you think about what Guy says in it. And like I said, he is passionate about it because he's old school. He works hard for everything he got. And I agree with him, you know, pretty much 100% because we worked hard for it. We didn't look for recognition. We didn't look for fame, fortune. We did sports, fitness, you name it, whatever we chose to do, if it's martial arts, boxing, um, wrestling, we did it because we loved to do it. And at the time, we had to do something. You ain't just sitting at the house. You had to be physically active. You had to be physically fit. So we enjoyed doing those things. Like I said, I played basketball, football, baseball, you name it. And where I came from, you had to choose a sport. Coming up, we couldn't be a one-sided athlete. You either had to play football, run track, basketball, track, cross country, wrestling, baseball. You had to do something. You just was a one-tier athlete. Today, I think that's changed. I don't know too much about the high school sports right now, but generally, you got to do something, a secondary sport. Um, and that's just to keep you fit, keep you active and stuff like that. But now I think college football injuries, I've been played through all kind of injuries, you name it, and it wasn't a doubt in my mind. But now since money and stuff like that just get involved, you got a nail in your finger, or whatever you call it, thorn in your finger, whatever the case, you can sit out a game. I done played with broken fingers. If y'all ever seen my fingers, they all kind of crooked for football and stuff like that. And I done played with them. I done taped them up and got back on there. So we played through, and I know that was a different mentality. It was a different age. I am old school, so I know these young guys still have the heart and talent to do it. But like I said, once money comes into it and they start changing the rules, it seems to water down the sports that we have today. But I'm gonna let y'all hear from Guy. Tell me what you think, and we're gonna go from there. Here's clip one right here.
So I was just doing a live feed, and the people that were on my live feed heard the rant. For those that didn't, I'm going to put it on here for you guys, so you guys kind of have a little context as to what I was talking about. During my live feed, somebody asked me, and they said their son just won a show locally, and they want to know how to get his name out there more, how to get recognized. And I fucking went on my typical, rant. And the thing that set me off in this whole entire thing was this. What other sport can somebody or the athlete or the athlete's parent go, what can my kid do to get recognized more? The answer is this. Do better. Be better. Win a show. Turn pro. Win a pro show, go to the Olympia, do well at the Olympia, those things fall into play, you'll get recognized. What fucking world do we live in when you want to be recognized before you're great?
All right, welcome back now. I'm gonna go ahead and just share your thoughts on that, man. Like I said, you're trying to be a sponsored athlete. The guy's dad asked about what can he do to get his son recognized. And I know guy, he's gonna go on a rant because he's tired of hearing these things. You thinking that a dad wouldn't do that, but I'm gonna just look at a different avenue. I done had parents reach out to me. I think a couple of mothers whose sons was playing college football, and they're trying to pick up, trying to get them, back on track, more muscle, get them fit so they can be a challenge into their next season or whatever the case, so they can get stronger, healthier, and they want to stand out to hopefully go pro and stuff like that. So they would reach out, seeing where they came through, and I come up with different workout programs and stuff like that. But in college sports and stuff, I am big on natural athletes doing things naturally, and I don't believe in no kids, nobody young taking on sports enhancing drugs to enhance their physique. Because I'm about longevity. Like I said, coming up, we didn't even think about using those things because it wasn't a big deal. Now it's common, but I believe in giving your body a chance to grow naturally and just putting in the hard work, and you can achieve it. I know shortcuts. It's gonna be, we think it's a quicker and faster way to do it, but it does come in the cost. I done trained some athletes, and they was around Georgia, different colleges, stuff like that. Football, you look at the physique, they are huge, amazing, but they're not natural. And they come to me because they're going through side effects. One guy was almost 23 years old, and the doctor told him he got to stop whatever because he getting to have a heart attack at 23. Stuff like that scares me because I know that they're not natural, and they muscles might respond just like anything. You try and do something, and you're young, you taking all these performances, you're gonna get big, they're gonna get huge. They are putting in some work, but your body can't handle it. Your organs can't handle it. It's not naturally developing over time. Yes, so it's gonna come at a cost. And that was his health. So yes, he done got his stats starting to pick up on the football field. He's looking better. But then you can't take the place of education. So they're lifting weights and stuff like that, but he's still training improper techniques. He didn't have the form of somebody who has years of training under it. So you have the new muscle, and it does look good if that's what all you're going for, but you don't have the education or knowledge behind the training. Like I said, I've been training over 25 plus years. I don't learn from the best. I'm Charles Glass, a guy Mad Dog. You name it. I try to pick up and learn things from all the best out there, man. CT Fletcher, you name it. Like I said, people always forget that I did powerlifting a little bit first. Um, I was heavy. The heaviest I've been was 365 pounds. I got some old football picks. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in there, and y'all let me know what you think. But I was a huge guy sometimes, so I do believe that it's a natural way to do it. And if you're young, you can take that chance, but it is coming out at a cost. So make sure you monitor your health. Consult with a physician. Choose whatever's best for you. There's some nice clinics out there if you do choosing it. And I know the food and stuff now that we are eating does have a detriment to your health. So I think it's going to come a time, and especially the U.S. foods and how it's going, that everybody's going to need TRT. So last 5, 6 years, I've been actually researching a lot of TRT, and I'm kind of for it now. I was against anything out there synthetic and stuff like that, but how we eating and damaging our bodies is going to come a time, and I think everybody's going to need it. So I am a believer that you can do a lot of things naturally, but if you ain't doing it the holistic way, you ain't eating right, you ain't taking care of your body, you want to cheat on your diet, you want to not drink enough water and stuff like that. The food is just not made for us how it was 10 years ago, and not even imagine 10, then 20 years ago, and then 30 years ago. It's just not the same. So we got to change up our mindset. We got to change up the way we do things, even our mentality. Yes, I'm old school, and I know some of these athletes going to take the chance so they can do it as healthy for them as possible, even though it's not healthy, but you can consult with a physician and have medical observation with whatever you choose. I myself personally just choose to work with, especially young kids who are natural athletes, unless I'm just doing meal plans or workout plans, and I have no per se about the coaching aspect of what they're doing. non-naturally. So I do train a lot of people. I do coach some still a lot of athletes, men and women and stuff like that. Feel free to always reach out any time. But what Guy was saying though is that he remember coming up in the day that we didn't look for fame, fortune. We just did it because we love it. He is an amazing athlete. Like I said, he's retired now. He did it as long as he can, even though he's still technically young. He was competing for a long time. So once his body starts shutting down, it starts shutting down. And he still looks amazing. It's just going on stage and trying to look that same amazing. It's just a different forte because of the depletion process and that peaking process. His body can't handle that transition anymore. And I don't know if he had started having health complications, but I love seeing him now outside of bodybuilding doing those things. I think he got Mutant in the Mouth, a new podcast. And I commend Fuad, man, for opening up the doors for people who starting podcasts like myself, bodybuilding. I think I got Nick Strength and Power. Who else out there? I mean, there's a couple guys. You name all the bodybuilding outlets and stuff like that, man. I look up to these guys. The guy Fuzzy Fitness. I pay attention to. Xavier Willis. I talked to him a couple times, and like I said, Nick Strength and Power. All these bodybuilding, like I said, especially of course Fuad. I used to train with him a little bit. I think it was virtually when he was with one of these companies years ago. I never met him, but Desktop Bodybuilding is another good channel that I watch. And like I said, I've been following these guys for years. Before they channels even blew up to the way it is now, but I think the pandemic also helped people out there with who had channels like theirs because they kept doing other things. He kept reaching out, and RX also. I like Dave Palumbo. I know a lot of people don't really care for him, but I do like Dave. He is educated in this field. He was a good athlete back in his time. He was huge, and he's a business owner like myself. He has species nutritions. I mean, so all these, it's plenty of outlets out there, and everybody can give you different things. I myself is going to focus more on positivity. I'm not spreading negative energy and stuff like that. And I'm just happy to see that my guy Sergio, I'm gonna send my message and reach out to him. I know he gets stressed out and a lot of things like that. When he have different things going on, he wanted to stay on the radar. But everybody's reporting that he's stepping on California State. So I feel for all the athletes out there because he's dangerous. If he's on, he's winning regardless. He's going to Olympia because he looks amazing, and I hope he does. This guy has gone through so much negativity in the last couple of years, and now with this accident and experiencing a tragic event in front of your face, that shocks a lot of people. Your mental health is important. Then being incarcerated when you're overseas, not in your native country, that's a whole different ball game. And he didn't talk about the environment and stuff like that, but we all know he got food poisoning that he talked about, and you can't train, you can't eat your meals, besides the mental stress. And if you know anything, you're a fan of Sergio, you know what some of the things and issues that he dealt with coming up, that it affected him whole lot. So I wish nothing but the best for this guy, and I hope he does win. My guy Tony Burton, I do like this young guy, but he's already Olympia qualified. So I can only have one favorite going into this show, and I hope it's Sergio. I'm calling into existence Sergio will win if he's 90%, because this guy is a freak of nature. He's huge. And I know some positions when he posed doesn't show that, but Sergio, believe me, he's a real deal. Check this video out right here, Sergio. Let me know what you think. All right, now y'all done seen Sergio. Now you know this guy is a monster. He's a legit. He's about to bring the house down because he's not playing no games. He's coming from all heads this year in 2023, and I wish him nothing but the best because Sergio can be in that top 5 He might have to fill out a little bit. I don't know because we ain't seen him stand next to these top guys anymore, but he's complete. Like I say, just like Andre Jack, certain poses may not look the best for him when they're by themselves. But these guys show up when they're standing next to each other. So I'm gonna look at this Dave Palumbo. I think he got a 5 minute skit, and I'm pretty sure it's about Sergio. Like I said, getting the ad into the check, but I'm gonna check that out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and report on it. Like I said, with Guy, you're trying to be a sponsor athlete. You're trying to find out different ways. Like I said, I got plenty of information out there. You got a family member who's an up and coming athlete. They're looking to get sponsored. They're looking to find out something. Comment below, shoot me a message at let us debate at Gmail, let us debate 101 at gmail.com. And I'll send you the information over. It's that easy. But just you got to make sure you comment and reach out to me, and I can help you. Like I said, I work with plenty of companies behind the scenes. Most of the supplement companies out there, big companies, and I know a lot of people who's been doing it for years. So it's just a question. You never know what people know. And like I said, our general was behind the scenes in bodybuilding for years. I didn't even want to reach out, but I reach out to a lot of these top Olympians, a lot of these top athletes, and sometimes they might not even know who I know in the industry because I've been behind it so long. You name it, you name the big companies, and I know most of all of those guys who operate the handling for athletes. But I'm gonna watch this video by RS Muscle real quick, and I'm gonna come back and report. All right.
How do you get recognized? Be great, and then you get recognized. Be great, be recognized. That's the order that it goes. Not you get recognized, and then because you're recognized, you put on this facade of how great you really not. Because that's what I see, is motherfuckers that have no accountability, that have all these followers, and have all this fucking fame over nothing. Because they literally took social media and gave themselves their self-proclaimed celebrity Tory status and made them something they're not. If you want to get known in fucking bodybuilding, and you want to be a bodybuilder, or you want to be an athlete in any sport, the way you get recognized, the way you get to the top level, the way you get to the top of the food chain is by being fucking great. That hasn't ever changed. That hasn't changed in any sport in the history of fucking history. So the only way you can get recognized in bodybuilding or in sports is by being fucking great.
Family. Yeah, just watching David Palumbo, so we appreciate him. According to Chris Aceto, they are in California. Sergio is there. He's getting ready to tear up the stage. I think that show takes place Saturday. So what's the day? Friday. So he does have a little bit of time to get that water weight off him from flying from Dubai. And I'm so happy for this guy. Like I said before, Sergio, has been a while for him being on stage. So I'm gonna shoot him a message, wish him good luck. Appreciate Dave Palumbo for putting that little clip out there, and everybody else who covered the story. He didn't want too much hype on them, but I appreciate the promoters, man, for letting Sergio come in, get him in the show, make this show more exciting. And hopefully one day, man, like I said, I'm reaching out to somebody. I got to reach out to a couple of judges. I want to be able to have something, even if it's not the pro, but the NPC live stream so I can broadcast. That's what I'm working on behind the scenes. I can broadcast on my channel so y'all can see how these shows are taking place if you're not able to make it in person. I know music because of YouTube. I don't know how that's going to work out. But I would like to have it and be able to broadcast it out there. But just stay tuned, man. Like I said before, it's getting more interesting in it. Hey, check this video out, Sergio posing, and let me know what y'all think about this guy making his first appearance of 2023. Let's go. Yeah, man, Cali is getting more exciting. Like I was saying before, my guy Moshe Bond is also jumping in there and watching Nick Strength and Power, man, one of these videos. And I think it's some allegations going on with my guy Good Vito and stuff like that. We're not going to really cover it, but I know we don't condone anything with domestic violence and stuff like that. But y'all check out Nick Strength and Power. Just did a video about my guy Good Vito in Puerto Rico. But anything with spouse and relationships, y'all know it can go either here or there. But like I said, Cali Pro is stepping up to be a great show. Moshe Bond, and we didn't see him compete in a while. Now my guy Sergio, and I don't care who shows up. In my eyes, Sergio is going to win hands down, but Moshe Bond do look pretty good. You got Tony Burton, and he's going to bring that conditioning. So I hope, and Chris Acedo, he's one of the best. So he's the technician is in Cali with Sergio. He has plenty of time to get that water weight off him. I know the nerves, everything else is getting, but I just want to see him on stage. So it's a win for me, regardless of the outcome of it. I'm just wishing that he does take home this title because he needs something right now, man. So, y'all, best wishes out there. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of people getting added last minute. You know anything about Moshe Bond competing in there? If I get this clip of him, I'm gonna go ahead and add that on in there too, man. But just let me know what you think, man. Cali Pro is stepping out to be a good thing. We got guy Cisternino talking about trying to be a sponsor athlete. You're trying to get out there to parents reaching out to people to see what they can do for their son. Hopefully the guy's dad, he wasn't thinking about making them do anything illegal to get recognized and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people just don't know how social media works. And it's a learning process, especially for people in my generation and stuff like that, who kids are now on their way to stardom. They're playing sports. They're trying to get physically active. They don't know the technology. Somebody taught me, like I said, but that's coming to act around when I start meet these superstars and these people who that's all they live off of social media. The stars of Devious Maze, and they showed me the rundown. Even working with my guy 007 in a film we did, he even took a picture and showed me, hey, this is what you need to do on social media. So it's been some good people, but if you don't have that outlet for people to show you the way, it's a learning curve because you don't know how to use hashtags. And now we're learning that. I think people say now hashtags is gone. So now they, every time you get to learn technology, kind of change it up and revamp it about different things. So now you got to add subjects like your three things: weightlifting, bodybuilding, whatever the case may be. And now that's taking it. So hashtags are pretty much going away for your content to get out there. But if you know anything about social media, you can have 1 million followers, but you post a video that's not going to 1 million of your people who's following you. It might even go to half of people because they can't make it they can't have social media be your only source of income. Because imagine you had a business and it goes to 1 million followers. If you get half of them, you'll be rich. So it wouldn't be a need for social media. You don't need advertising. The Super Bowl, imagine what they charge for these people to get in there. They can do a post on social media and make more money or get more avenues. So it's a give and take to social media, what your influence allows. Certain things get pushed out there, certain things don't. It's just about timing and the algorithms and all this and that. So I get where the guy's dad was coming from. He just wanted to know what kind of tips or advice that you have. But it came across the wrong way, the guy, and he's tired of seeing it because people ask all the time. Remember, he just flew from doing a convention overseas, giving people tips and tips for working out and staying healthy, staying fit, and how to make their brand stand out. This so brand standing out, trying to do business, trying to navigate things in life. It's a balancing act. So just do what best with it. If you got any questions, comment. Like I said, I know most people in the business and most in the industry, you trying to find out some tips how to get recognized, how to be a sponsor athlete. Shoot me a message, comment below, email me, and I respond to your email, send you some of the tips and trade of the trade from these actual companies, what they're looking for in athletes, what they're looking for in their ambassadors, what they're looking for to help you stand out now. It was about the reels, but now I think the reels are getting a little bit short. But I have them all the information still sitting in my email or in my drives and stuff like that, my drop boxes. So if you want any of this information, just be sure to comment below. You made it to the end of this video. I think I'm gonna be giving you free giveaways. So I thank y'all for tuning in. This is by Verb Energy. And these are those caffeinated energy bars. I have strawberry rolls right here. I got a salted peanut butter. I got cookie butter right here. And I have a vanilla latte. And it's 12 bars in here. Like I said, it is caffeinated. Of course, we're organic green tea that's in them. So they will keep you energized a little bit. But if you want to try that out, you made it to the video. I appreciate y'all for supporting us on this journey. Tell me which one you want, and I'm going to be shooting it out. But you got to comment below, and you got the email to win these amazing gifts. Thanks for tuning in. And with that, yeah.
That is not something that is this fucking new ideology to people out there. So the fact that I had this guy who was a father figure asking me what his son can do to get recognized in bodybuilding. If my dad, you know what I said to my dad when I was playing football? I didn't start, Dad, I want to start on a football team. You know what he said? Do better. Be better. Get bigger, stronger, faster. Go to the weight room. Do the things the other kids aren't doing. Be in the weight room when they're not. Be on the field when they're not. Do it, little things every day to make yourself great. That's what it takes to get recognized. Not be put on a fucking totem pole because of a status you have, and then think that because you're here, you have some sort of a fucking accolade that sets you apart from everybody else. That's not how it is. So if you want to get recognized, or if you want to get sponsored, or if you want to fucking make it in the industry that I was in, how do you get recognized? By being fucking great. You're not going to get given anything. I don't care who you are, what politics you think play a role in this. The only way to get recognized in a sport or in life is by being fucking great. Don't forget that.